Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's podcast. We are so happy you're here with us. It's a beautiful day, and we're excited to talk to you. Whether you're just starting to learn English or you've been studying for a while, this podcast is made especially for you. So, grab a cup of tea, sit back, and let's get started.
Hi, everyone, I'm Jasper, and as Agnes said, we're thrilled to have you here with us today. We're going to talk about something really special today that's important not only for learning English, but for your everyday life: time management.
That's right. Jasper, time management is something everyone needs to know. No matter what language you speak, no matter where you are in the world, time is something we all have to deal with. But the question is how do we make the most of it?
That's a great question, Agnes, and that's exactly what we are going to explore today. We'll talk about how to use your time wisely, how to plan your day, and how to avoid wasting time. This is important not just for studying English, but also for all areas of life. Imagine being able to study English every day, feel confident, and still have time for fun. Wouldn't that be amazing?
It definitely would be. Time is one of the most valuable things we have, and we can't get it back once it's gone. So, using our time well is essential. I know for me, I used to feel like I didn't have enough time to study English, but when I started managing my time better, everything changed. Now, I'm able to study and enjoy other activities too. Time management helped me a lot, and I'm sure it can help you too.
Absolutely, Agnes, and for those of you listening today, thank you so much for being with us. You are taking an important step in improving your English and learning how to manage your time better. It's not always easy, but it's definitely worth it.
Yes, exactly. And we want to give you some practical tips and easy ideas that you can use right away. Let's dive into the first part of time management: how to set goals. When you have clear goals, it's much easier to use your time wisely. You know exactly what you need to do and when to do it.
Setting goals is a game changer. Think about this. If you wake up in the morning and you don't know what you want to do, you might waste time on things that don't really matter. But if you have a plan, you can make sure you're doing things that bring you closer to your goals. So, let's talk about how to set these goals.
One thing that really helped me was writing my goals down. When you write your goals, you can see them every day. This makes it much easier to focus. For example, if your goal is to learn 10 new English words every day, you can write it down and check it off at the end of the day. It's simple but powerful.
Absolutely, and don't forget to make your goals specific. Instead of saying, "I want to improve my English," try saying, "I want to learn 5 new words in English every day for the next week." That's clear and achievable. You'll feel proud every time you reach that goal.
Absolutely. And don't forget to make your goals specific. Instead of saying, "I want to improve my English," try saying, "I want to learn 5 new words in English every day for the next week." That's clear and achievable. You'll feel proud every time you reach that goal.
And remember, don't be too hard on yourself if you don't reach your goal right away. Time management is all about improving and finding what works best for you. The key is to keep trying and learning from any mistakes.
Exactly. Time management isn't something that's perfect right away. But every small step you take will help you get better and better. So, if you want to use your time more effectively, start by setting clear and simple goals. It can make a huge difference.
We're so happy you joined us today, and we hope this helps you think about how you can manage your time better. We'll keep going and share more tips on how to make the most of your time. Keep listening, and let's continue this journey together.
Thank you, Jasper, for that great explanation. And thank you, listeners, for staying with us. Now that we've talked about the importance of setting clear and simple goals, let's take it a step further and explore how you can actually plan your day. Planning your day is just as important as setting goals because it helps you organize your time and makes sure that you are working toward those goals every single day.
Exactly, Agnes. Planning your day is all about making sure that you're using your time in the best way possible. Have you ever found yourself at the end of the day thinking, "What did I even do today?" I know I have. Sometimes I realize I spent time on things that didn't really help me, And that's when I started to focus on better planning.
I think we've all been there, Jasper. That's why planning is such a key part of time management. When we plan our day, we have a roadmap. It's like a guide that helps us know exactly what to do and when to do it. And trust me, it makes a huge difference. So, let's talk about how to do it. A simple method is to start by making a to-do list. When you write down everything you need to do, it helps you see your day clearly. You can break big tasks into smaller steps and focus on one thing at a time.
Yes, making a to-do list is so helpful, but there's an important trick I want to share with you. Don't just write everything down randomly. Try to prioritize your tasks. What's the most important thing to do first? What's the thing you really want to accomplish today? Put that at the top of your list, and don't let yourself get distracted by less important tasks.
That's such a good point, Jasper. Prioritizing is key. Sometimes we have a lot of things to do, and it can feel overwhelming. But if we focus on the most important tasks first, it's much easier to feel accomplished. For example, if you have a big test or a project to work on, make that your number one priority. Don't let small things like checking your phone or answering emails get in the way. And another tip is to block out time for each task. If you need to study English for an hour, set that time aside. Don't let other things interrupt you. It's like creating a little study zone in your schedule.
Yes, time blocking is amazing. It helps you stay on track. And when you're studying or working on something important, focus all your energy on that task. If you get distracted, it takes more time to get back into it. But when you're in that time block, you can give it your full attention. And here's another important tip. Take breaks. It sounds strange, right? But taking small breaks actually helps you work better. After studying for 30 to 40 minutes, give yourself a 5-minute break. You can stretch, drink some water, or just relax for a minute. This keeps you refreshed and helps you avoid feeling tired or stressed.
I love that. Jasper, it's so important to take breaks. I think a lot of people feel like they have to work for hours and hours straight to be productive, but that's not the best way to do it. Our brains need rest, and those little breaks can help us come back stronger. So, to sum it up, when you plan your day, start by making a to-do list, prioritize your tasks, block out time for each task, and take breaks. These simple steps will help you stay organized and make the most of your time.
And don't forget to stay flexible with your plans. Sometimes things don't go the way you expect, and that's okay. Life happens. But if you have a plan, you'll know exactly what to focus on, even when things get a little messy. And remember, the goal is progress, not perfection. Every small step you take is bringing you closer to your bigger goals.
Exactly. And I know it can be hard at first, but the more you practice planning your day, the easier it gets. Time management is a skill, and like any skill, it takes time to improve. But once you start seeing the benefits like having more time for studying English, for example, or feeling less stressed, you'll be so glad you made the effort. That's a great point, Jasper. Reflection is such a valuable tool in time management. It helps you learn from your experience and adjust for next time. It's not about feeling bad if things don't go as planned, but rather about using those moments to get better.
Yes, and another thing I want to mention is reflecting on your day at the end. This can be as simple as asking yourself, did I accomplish the things I set out to do today? If you didn't, that's okay. Take a moment to think about why, and then adjust your plan for tomorrow. Reflecting on your day helps you see what's working and what isn't, and it helps you improve over time.
So, if you want to be great at time management, remember to plan your day, prioritize, take breaks, stay flexible, and reflect at the end of each day. These small habits can make a huge difference in how you manage your time, and they'll help you achieve your goals much more easily.
We hope these tips help you start using your time more effectively. Time management isn't always easy, but with a little practice and patience, you can make it work for you. It's all about learning how to balance work, study, and fun so you don't feel overwhelmed or stressed. You've got this, keep practicing, and soon it will feel natural. Thank you all for listening and for being a part of today's podcast. We really appreciate you taking the time to join us and learn with us. Keep going, and remember, time management is a journey, not a destination.
Thank you so much, Jasper. I completely agree. Time management is definitely a journey, and the more we practice, the better we get at it. And thank you, dear listeners, for staying with us and continuing to learn how to make the most of your time. In this next part, we're going to talk about an important aspect of time management that many people often forget: avoiding distractions.
Oh, distractions. This is such an important topic because we live in a world full of things that can take our attention away from what we need to do. If we want to manage our time well, we have to learn how to avoid these distractions and stay focused on our tasks.
Exactly. Distractions are everywhere: social media, our phones, noise, other people. It's easy to get sidetracked, and sometimes, when we get distracted, we lose valuable time that we could have used to study, work, or do something productive. But the good news is, there are ways to avoid these distractions and stay focused. So let's dive into some strategies.
First, let's talk about managing your environment. One of the biggest distractions for many people is their environment. If you're trying to study or work in a place that's messy or noisy, it's going to be much harder to stay focused. So, it's important to create a space that helps you concentrate.
That's such a good point, Jasper. For example, when I'm studying English or working on something important, I make sure my desk is clean and organized. I turn off my phone or put it in another room, and I try to study in a quiet place. This way, I can focus on what I need to do without being interrupted.
Yes, creating a quiet, organized space is one of the best ways to reduce distractions. And if you can, try to study or work at the same time each day. When you create a routine, your brain gets used to focusing during that time. It's like telling yourself, okay, it's time to work now. That mental switch helps you stay on track.
Another great strategy is to use apps or tools that block distractions. There are many apps out there that can help you stay focused by blocking social media sites or other websites while you're working. For example, apps like Forest or Focus It will create a timer for you, and they won't let you access distracting apps until your time is up. It's a great way to help you stay focused during study sessions.
Oh, I love that idea, Agnes. Tools like that can really make a big difference. And even if you don't want to use an app, you can also use a simple timer. The Pomodoro technique, for example, is a popular method where you work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. After 4 cycles, you take a longer break. This helps you stay focused in short bursts, and it makes studying feel less overwhelming.
That's a fantastic technique, Jasper. The Pomodoro technique works especially well for people who get distracted easily or have trouble staying focused for long periods of time. By breaking your time into manageable chunks, you're less likely to feel bored or tired, and you're more likely to stay on task. Plus, those little breaks really help refresh your mind.
And let's not forget the importance of saying no to distractions. Sometimes, people around us can distract us, too. If someone asks you to chat while you are studying, it's okay to say, "I'm busy right now. Let's talk later." By setting boundaries like this, you are taking control of your time. Remember, you are the boss of your schedule.
Absolutely, setting boundaries is so important. It's not always easy, especially when other people want to talk or hang out, but you need to remember why you're focusing on your tasks. If you tell people you're working on something important, they'll usually understand. And when you stick to your plan, you'll feel better because you know you're using your time wisely.
Now, let's talk about a big distraction that many of us experience: technology. We're always connected to the internet, and it's easy to get lost in scrolling through social media or checking emails. But let me tell you, this can waste a lot of time. So how do we stop? One way is to set specific times for checking your phone or social media. Instead of checking your phone every few minutes, try to check it only once every hour. This way, you can avoid getting distracted while still staying connected.
That's such a helpful tip. I've started doing that myself. Instead of being on my phone all the time, I set certain times during the day to check it, and the rest of the time, I focus on my work or study. And honestly, it feels so much better. It's like giving myself permission to focus fully without feeling guilty about missing something on my phone. Another way to manage distractions is to use the Do Not Disturb mode on your phone. When you're studying or working, turn on Do Not Disturb so that you're not interrupted by notifications. This can really help you stay focused and avoid temptation.
That's a great tip. I also think that managing your energy is just as important as managing distractions. Sometimes we get distracted because we're feeling tired or overwhelmed, so it's important to listen to your body. If you feel like your energy is running low, take a short break or do something that helps you recharge, like stretching or walking outside. If your body feels good, your mind will follow.
Yes, energy is everything. If we try to work when we're exhausted, it's so much harder to focus. But when we take care of ourselves and listen to our energy levels, it's much easier to stay on track. Whether it's eating healthy, getting enough sleep, or taking time to relax, self-care plays a huge role in managing distractions and staying productive.
And of course, remember that distractions are a normal part of life. No one is perfect, and there will always be times when you get distracted. But the important thing is to learn from those moments. Ask yourself, why did I get distracted? How can I do better next time? The more you practice avoiding distractions, the better you'll become at staying focused.
More focused environment for yourself. And remember, the goal isn't to be perfect, but to make progress every day. Reach your goals. Goodbye, everyone. Best wishes for your journey. And remember, you're capable of achieving amazing things.